Yo, this is Nova Trifecta. I am Jimmy Fedora, aka Alias, aka Juicy J.
Yo, what's up? It's Mag Negro, aka Rashad on the mic. What's good?
Are you like that because you got a mic now? Usually you way more enthusiastic.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah,
got the radio voice on. Niggas
yeah,
get brand new stuff and just act brand new.
yeah. I got to get it smooth and sexy for the ladies today. I
What
got this microphone, and you know what it is. That's what they do, baby.
what would be the radio? What would be the radio name?
My radio name,
Uh-huh.
Mag Negro.
Just Mac. They ain't gonna switch it up at all.
uh,
Welcome to Nova Trifecta. However, you are listening and watching, of course, you're probably watching on YouTube. Just to let everybody know, we are also on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Stitcher, everywhere that you can get your podcast. We are on, so just support it and share it and listen to it in that facet.
yeah, we legit now.
Yeah, we legit now. Um, how was your week? How is everything going? Christmas and all that good stuff.
Well, it felt a little strange. Christmas in 2020. I think everything in 2020 kind of felt a little off. But you know what? I just watched the movie Soul, and Soul is about appreciating every day in your life. So listen, every day is a blessing. I appreciate it. Christmas didn't feel like the usual Christmases we get, but hey, we all made it to Christmas, and I thank God for that. So I mean, I'm gonna start being more appreciative of everything that we get in life. So you know what, it is what it is. I had a good Christmas. We went up some of our friends' houses and ended up rejoicing with them for a little while. So we had a good time.
Yeah, Isaac had a wonderful Christmas, so that means I had a good Christmas. Spent the morning with him, went over there the night before, put some stuff together. He had a great Christmas, and then Christmas Day, hell, I was with you and DG, so and we watched Wonder Woman, which we are going to get into now. You see how I said that you like to say
I see that. I
see
see
that.
the segue. It
Mhm.
was good. It was good.
It was good. That was good. So we're gonna do a review on Wonder Woman in 1984, starring the lovely Gal Gadot.
Gal Goddess. That's what I call.
During the whole
I
movie.
got a new name for. I call it Gal Goddess.
Gal Gadot. Okay, we can roll with that.
Yeah.
Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, Pedro Pascal, and a few others in that movie. Let's get right into it. What did you think about it? What you think? First off, what did you what do you think about the backlash that it's getting before we even get into the movie? Do you think it's warranted?
Well, for DC movies, it's par for the course. They always get some kind of negative publicity or backlash from their movies. I mean, every now and then they'll get one that's kind of universally, even Joker, that won a lot of. Did it win Best Picture? Or I know Joaquin won for Best Actor.
I don't think it won Best Picture.
It didn't win Best Picture, but it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
So even Joker, it was a big critical divide. I mean, it was like low 70s, high 60s on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was kind of split with the fans. A lot of fans liked it, but a lot of people didn't. So DC is just par for the course. People like to dislike DC for whatever reason. So I think the first Wonder Woman might be the only DC movie that was kind of universally admired.
I
can't think of any other ones that was like just everybody loved it.
Besides The Dark Knight.
Well, I'm talking about the DCEU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're talking about regular DC, then yeah, The Dark Knight. But just DCEU, it's like Wonder Woman is the only one I can think of that didn't have a big divide as far as people that liked it and people that didn't. Even when Man of Steel first came out, it was mixed. Like
it was,
I couldn't. Now people coming around and saying Man of Steel was a classic. We were saying Man of Steel was a classic after first viewing.
Yeah,
I know I had never seen anything like it when I first saw it.
And it was small, stupid ass gripes with that.
Yeah,
But we can get into that another time. But yeah, I agree,
yeah,
man. I don't think it's a bad movie. That's the only thing. That's my thing about it. It ain't the greatest movie ever, which we'll get into, but it's not a bad movie. I'm seeing people give it threes and fours, and I'm like, there's
yeah.
no way that that you can give it a three and a four. So, it
I
open.
think
Go ahead.
I think that people have a problem judging the movie that comes after a classic. It's always been like that. I've seen that, especially in the superhero genre. If a movie comes out and it's a classic, that next movie has an immense amount of pressure on it. And people are going to usually be unfair to it. It's just the way it goes. People dog The Dark Knight Rises out. I didn't know that until a couple of years ago.
Which
I
is
thought The Dark Knight Rises was universally loved because I love it. I think it's one of the best comic book movies ever made.
yeah,
A lot of people dislike it though.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, they done Age of Ultron. A lot of people think that's a bad movie. I don't. I always liked Age of
You got to go
Ultron.
back and watch Age of Ultron. That shit
You
is
got to go back and watch it. But it came after the Avengers, and it's like people have put those extremely high expectations and unrealistic, unfair expectations on that next movie that comes after a classic. Because the truth is, you probably ain't gonna have two classics in the same trilogy. It just doesn't happen like that.
no, I don't.
So you got to be able to judge. It is an area there between classic and trash.
Yeah,
And people think it's only two ways to grade a movie now. Classic is either a classic or it goes all the way down to absolute garbage.
yeah.
And
They
I
don't
don't
know how
see
to
it that
just
way.
enjoy a good solid movie.
Yeah,
And let's get into Wonder Woman. The opening scene, she's in some kind of Olympic. Well, she's a little girl. They started off there, and she's in some kind of Olympic competition with grown women. And of course, during the competition, she's winning, but then she has a little trouble going toward the end. She loses a horse, and she sees a shortcut, and that's kind of a precursor to what the film is. You can't take
yeah,
shortcuts. There's no cheating. That's the message that they plant in our cerebellums in the beginning of the film. So
yeah.
ultimately, she cheats, and she's about to win, and you know, um, she gets grabbed, and basically, you want to get into what she was trying to tell her.
Well, what she was trying to tell him, what the filmmakers, Patty Jenkins and her team was setting up is that, like you were saying, is you can't take shortcuts in life. You can't cheat. And so it was setting up I like, and this is the reason why I like the movie. I like the movie because I think it pushes Diana's character forward because now we're getting to see who she is. This is who she is. She doesn't cheat. She's not somebody that goes out and is on the offensive and looking to attack all of the time. It's about defense, and this is who she is. She's a morally driven character, and she doesn't like cheating because her aunt stopped her and told her the value of doing it the right way and doing it the shortcut way, the
Yeah,
cheating way. And
yeah,
it set that up for the rest of the movie, and that's what it ultimately was about. I
yeah,
like when I like when the hero has to make a choice between morality and being the hero. I like when heroes have to make that choice in the movie. I think that's entertaining.
right.
So I think it was an entertaining journey. I mean,
And I thought it was a good opening sequence. I like
I
the way
did
it
too. It
looked.
went a little longer than I thought, but I,
Yeah,
I still liked it.
I still like the opening sequence, and we fast forward to, I think it's 66, if I remember correctly, 66 years after the first one. Diana, she's some kind of philanthropist, running some kind of museum in 1984. And she's doing that by day, and then the other time she's Wonder Woman, saving lives. And to me, it looks like they kind of made the film. I guess that I couldn't understand the cheesy part people were saying, but now I do. What they kind of made it like a film made in 1980s, if that make any sense.
Yeah.
Like with the one-liners,
Mhm.
it felt like an 80.
Winking back at the kid. It kind of felt a little Sam Raimi early 2000s before they figured out how to make superhero movies without it being a little cheesy. It feels kind of like that a little bit. She's
Even the
super.
villain, like the robbers in that scene.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the classic grabbing a hostage, looking around. You know, that's
Yeah.
classic '80s. So I
Yeah.
felt like
It
that's
was.
what they was.
I can see the cheesy parts they was talking about.
So I guess
I
that's
can see
what
it because they really don't make superhero movies like that now.
no,
You
especially in the
don't
DC
have those
universe.
cheesy movies. Yeah, yeah. Where the hero swoops in, grabs the kid, looks back at the kid, gives one of those Saturday morning special winks. The kid looks back at him with a little cute smile. The bad guy shocked that the hero showed up. So I get it. I get the little cheese. Even Max Lord was kind of mustache twirling villain. Like I got it. Like he kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon bad guy.
And see, and
I'm
see,
evil now.
we
I
we
get it.
we not on that no more.
Yeah, yeah,
Patty, if you listen,
yeah.
we're not on that no more.
Patty, that's not
So,
the way we make superhero movies
nah,
now.
we can't do that. But I mean, I guess that's a minor gripe. But yeah, after that scene, we run into our, first future villain, Barbara Minerva. I think if I'm pronouncing that right, Cheetah, as everybody would know her. Her and Diana hit it off, actually. And it seems like Barbara is like a dorky, a smart girl, not getting any attention. That
Yeah,
kind of classic kind of girl, that's quirky. And Diana is the beautiful girl who's, you know, she's not judgmental. She try to understand people, and I believe that's how they hit it off.
yeah,
But they go to lunch, and Diana even tells Barbara, "Hey, I envy you." And she was like, "You
yeah,
envy me?" And from that, or from that opening scene, the Dreamstone was and the Dreamstone ends up, in Diana's museum. And you want to take it from there?
well, I'll say this too. This is one of the parts that I can kind of understand where people coming from. This isn't a faultless movie. I can see where people's gripes are coming from. Now, the gripes weren't enough to make me disconnect or dislike the film.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see what people were talking about, like with Kristen Wiig's character, Barbara. I, I don't buy that Barbara was just some insecure woman that never had. I didn't really buy it that much because all she really did was took her glasses off and changed her clothes
Talking about
and
what?
kind of changed her hair. That's all she really did.
Yeah.
And then she turned into this fashionista, super swagged out, hot. Well, it's like I'd have smashed with the glasses.
And
I
this is
mean, like
after,
I get it.
and
She's
this is
hot with the
after,
glasses to me.
yeah, this is after they, the dream stones, grant wishes. So she wished to be like Diana,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
even knowing that she had powers. And
yeah,
Diana wished for Steve Trevor back.
yeah,
They didn't know that this stone worked. They just made some wishes. So
yeah.
I can see that. You right. You right. She did just let her hair down and put on
She
some.
just let her hair down and took the glasses off and
And she
started
got smoking
dressing
hot.
different. Yeah. I mean, I can't buy that. I mean, because to me, Kristen Wiig is hot. So I mean, to me, it's like I don't buy that you were just this woman walking through life and never got any attention from guys. You didn't do much to turn hot except take the glasses off and change your clothes. So
Exactly.
I got that. I thought, I mean, I could see how that was a little cheesy to some people. It wasn't like the Jamie Foxx Electro character in
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man,
Which I
the
like
Amazing
the cheat.
Spider-Man 2, where they actually uglied him up, like they boogered him up bad
They
to
did.
look bad, and even that was cheesy.
Yeah,
So
no, that was cheap.
it was even more cheesy to have Kristen Wiig still be hot but be insecure because she got glasses on.
Yeah.
Like, so I get that cheesy part.
So how did you feel about? Well, how did you feel about the way they brought Steve Trevor back?
Once again, I understand the gripes. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was stupid that he comes back in somebody else's body. But Diana sees him as only Steve Trevor, and she's just imagining that he looks like Chris Pine, but he's a totally different dude.
Person.
She slept with the dude.
Never
So
mind.
it ain't,
Is that rape?
I don't know, but I know it's I, I don't I don't know, but I know it's weird that they just interrupted this dude's life. This
And it
dude
looked like
isn't
he had
dead.
a decent life. He was like an
Yeah,
engineer. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Good
Like
looking
this
guy. You
dude
just came and just jacked his body.
just jacked the dude body. This dude, is it like Get Out? Is this dude still in there? But you just like you taking over his body. I mean, they kind of objectified the guy because I think, reports were saying, and on some pods I was listening to was saying he was just written down in the script as handsome guy, quote unquote. So it's like y'all kind of objectifying that man.
Yeah.
You just how come he couldn't land in somebody ugly body?
He had to be
Then
handsome. Diana wouldn't have gave him the time of day.
wouldn't have gave him the time of day. I'm like, wait a minute here. This don't make no sense. So I don't understand why Steve Trevor couldn't just come back as Steve Trevor. Why did you have to complicate that? I don't understand why they had to complicate that. Why not how come he just can't come back as Chris Pine?
And they just,
Steve
I
Trevor?
think they
I don't
just,
get why he's got to be somebody else. Why?
yeah, I don't
And
understand.
somebody living.
Yeah, I don't understand why he had to come back in somebody when the Stone could have simply just brought him back reincarnated as Steve Trevor. That
As Steve Trevor.
That was.
It's
But
weird that she's sleeping with this random dude that she doesn't know at all, but she's imagining that he's Chris Pine. That's weird.
Yeah, they had to find they had to find a way to bring them back because the chemistry, was so good between them that and the chemistry was still there in Wonder Woman 84. Pine is just amazing. He don't get the credit that he deserved.
I agree.
As being an actor, but they chemistry was amazing. In this film. I want to get into the second villain of the film. Max Lord, Pedro Pascal, he's having a wonderful year.
Mando.
But he's this guy, this businessman, con artist, you could call him that, who's having a failing oil company. But they never explain how he knew about the Dream Stone. It's just something that he knew about, apparently. But he ends up running game on Barbara and getting her to show him what a stone was, and he takes it and he actually wishes, which I didn't see coming, to become the stone itself.
Yeah.
And what the stone does is it's a price for everything, and that's what I really like about the film. The wishes that people, it's consequences to it. It's consequences to these wishes that you guys are asking for.
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot, and he was taking a lot and granting wishes, and he was losing a part of himself. He was losing his mind. What did you think about his performance, and did you like Pedro Pascal?
I like Pedro Pascal a lot, but I thought it was a little bit cheesy. I thought he had cheesy moments. I thought he had great moments. I thought the moments that he had with his son were great. But I thought he also had some mustache twirling, Saturday morning Disney cartoon villain cheesy aspects about him too, because it was like, ha ha ha, I got all the power now. Ha, 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 ha. So I mean, I thought he had some cheesy moments, but I didn't understand why he didn't just wish to be a billionaire and been done with it. Just why are you going through all of this, Max? I don't get why you're making this difficult on yourself. Just wish to be a billionaire and be done with it.
Well,
why are you going all these
getting a little
places?
bit more ambitious. Like it seemed like he wanted to run the world. At first it was about money, and then stopped being about money, and maybe that's what the stone was doing to him.
Well, and then it's like, again, it's kind of like how it is when you lie, where it's like you keep digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. Now he got to start taking things from people because he's realizing what it's doing. So now you got to start taking things. Now you got to try to take people's health because it's taking his health and everything like that away. So it's a lie. You keep digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper, and you've forgotten who you are at the end of the lie. You've forgotten who you are, and that's what he did. He forgot who he was, and it took some Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader son redeeming himself to, get him to realize what was going on. What he had turned into.
And so, going through the film, we start seeing a transformation, for Barbara, and me and Shaw was watching it together, and he noticed halfway through the film she's losing her humanity. Earlier in the film we see her bringing dinner to a homeless man, and then the next time she sees that homeless man, she's beating the shit out of this dude who tried to, was he trying to rape her or mug her? I don't know. We didn't get
He was
clarity on
trying,
that.
yeah, he was trying to do something he
He was
shouldn't have
trying to
been
do
doing.
something that caused her bodily harm. But the next time she seen that same guy, she told him to get the fuck out of here. Mind your business.
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
kind of see her losing herself, slipping, as the film progressed. What did you think about the transformation of Cheetah?
That's one of the things about the film that I liked. I like seeing the development of Cheetah. From the first time I watched it, that was one of the things that I took from it. I love seeing that type of character development in movies. I like seeing her slowly lose her humanity throughout the movie. Yes, she's gaining power and everything like that, but she's losing it. Like you said, the first time we saw her interact with that homeless man, she was bringing him dinner. She wasn't just throwing him some money in or something like that. She was bringing him food, and
It was a
it
great.
came off like that was something she done every night.
Yeah.
Like she was bringing him dinner every night.
Yeah.
So she was an ignored person, but she was a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more power that she got and the more arrogant she got with, okay, now she's hot now and all of this, she slowly started losing her humanity. I like seeing that. The next time we saw her interact with that homeless man, she was telling him to mind his own business. As she was about to kill, I think she was about to kill that guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Because she was enjoying having that power. Now, I don't know why she didn't think it was weird that all of a sudden she could throw a man to the top of a truck. She never spoke on how weird it was that she was that strong. She went into a gym and picked up however much weight it was over her head like that.
And what I wish I could have seen was her, I hate to say it, cause a little bit more mischief, kill a little more. You know what I mean?
Well, they spent up so much time fooling with Max that it took away from a lot of what Cheetah was doing. And Cheetah is honestly the iconic Wonder Woman villain. Cheetah should have got more airtime. Cheetah's the one that's the iconic villain. Cheetah should have got the bulk of the storyline there.
I agree.
But I think my favorite part of the movie is when Cheetah just whipped up on Wonder Woman.
And that's what I was just about to bring up. That the second act of the movie, and that's probably my favorite scene of the movie, is when they in the White House. Actually, when they start realizing, what the stone is doing, what it has a price, and that it come from the God of lies. So when they realize, Steve knew off the bat, hey, this is the price that you're paying. You losing your powers.
Because Steve knew good and well that this ain't right. Something ain't right. How am I back?
How selfish how selfish was it of Wonder Woman to bring Steve back? Steve said the last thing he remembered was being in the jet, and everything felt good after that.
Yeah,
in glory in heaven.
Steve was in heaven.
Steve up there in heaven chilling. Have him a good time. I mean, your selfish ass brought him back. Steve go back the whole movie. That's why
he did. He did. Steve, I think that Steve was. I like the way Steve was admiring what mankind had developed since he was gone.
Yeah,
I think that he was enjoying seeing how far mankind had come. And I think he enjoyed being with that. Who wouldn't enjoy being with Gal Goddess, Godly? You come back from the dead and sleep with her the first night. Like, come on, man. Who wouldn't enjoy that? But I do think that Steve knew from the very beginning that this isn't right. Something's not right here. It's no reason for me to be back in somebody else's body. That's weird. So it's got to be a catch here. It's wishes with a trick. I like that concept. I think that's a cool concept for a superhero movie. Wishes with a trick is consequences to that type of, because again, it goes back to the very beginning of the movie where you can't cheat and you're cheating. You just brought your boyfriend back.
Ain't no shortcuts.
Ain't no shortcut. You can't have it all like that. You can't. It doesn't work that way. But what I was saying is that my favorite part of the movie is when Cheetah whooped up on Diana in the White House, and Diana was all beat up on the ground, and she looked at Cheetah and she said, what is it costing you though, Barbara? Like, yeah, you're strong, but what is it costing you? You're attacking innocent people. You know, you're losing your humanity. Where is that? What is it costing you? And Barbara looked at her and called her out and held her accountable for her own actions and said, don't worry about me. What's it costing you?
Mm-hmm. Who are you?
You losing your powers.
Yeah.
I'm about to kill you. You talking about what it's costing me. What's it costing you?
Yeah.
I know that's that pilot guy that you said you used to love.
Yeah.
Because Diana told her that she fell in love once and he was a pilot. And then next time she saw Barbara, the pilot was there.
Yeah.
She's telling her this is a pilot. So Barbara put it together. Wait a minute. That's that guy.
Yeah.
That's that guy. So what is it costing you? Don't worry about what it's costing me, because you want me to stop doing what I'm doing. So you trying to guilt trip me. What's it costing you? You're the one that's laying there beat down and about to get killed because you want your dead boyfriend back. Exactly. So to me, that was the best part of the movie. I like that exchange. I always like heroes and villains exchanging though. I like that.
Yeah, I love that scene too. It's like, who are you to judge?
Yeah.
You saying,
don't tell me. Look at you.
And so after that, she had to say goodbye to Steve again.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't let Max continue to grant people wishes because he didn't found a little way to slip up in the White House.
Yeah, yeah.
And then granted the president wishes, and he got the world in disarray.
About to blow up the world.
And so,
which Gal Gadot nailed, by the way. Let's not just steam over the scene she had having to say goodbye to Steve Trevor.
Oh yeah,
that was an emotionally gripping scene to me. I thought she nailed it.
They had to act in that scene.
They did.
And I love the way they did it. She didn't say goodbye. She really didn't say goodbye. She walked off. She said, I refuse to say goodbye to you.
She kissed him and she walked off. That was dope to me.
And I love the way
she couldn't even look back at him.
I love the way you can hear him. I always love you, Diana.
That was good. Now that was good. See, people don't talk about moments like that. That's really, really powerful moments. They just talk about the parts they didn't like. Exactly. That was a really, really good part.
Exactly. And so, she gets her powers back. She ends up meeting with Cheetah, who's now the apex predator because she had another wish.
We'll talk about the flight too.
I was going to bring that up with the invisible jet. Well, let's get on to that. Two gripes that I've been seeing about people have is the way she made the invisible jet, which I thought was cool because it made sense to me. She's a freaking demigod, and the way she learned to take flight in this film, which I love too. And
I love that part.
People had issue with her riding lightning bolts, but if my pops was Zeus, maybe I'll be riding lightning bolts too.
Yeah.
Get into it. What you think about it?
Well, I think that people come up with, once they start picking at a movie, they start really picking at it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand how the daughter of Zeus, who throws lightning bolts, is riding lightning. That doesn't make any sense to me. How? How does that not make sense? Her dad is Zeus. He throws lightning bolts.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
That's what he
does. Yes, she can ride lightning. It's cool. Shut up. It makes sense that she's lassoing lightning.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me.
It makes perfect sense that she's doing that. I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was necessary since she can fly. Now, I don't see where that made sense.
Exactly.
Why is she having a lasso to lightning and she's learned how to fly?
Yeah.
I think some people were just
nitpicking,
like behind Patty Jenkins saying, hey, this be cool. Throw this in there.
Yeah.
And nobody was like, wait a minute. She's got no need to lasso the lightning now since she's learned how to fly.
Yeah.
Hey, let's throw this gold suit in there, even though it ain't a whole lot for you to do with it. Hey,
now that was very, very unnecessary. And
it did seem
when did she have time to swing back by the apartment and pick up the golden armor? You know what I mean? Like she didn't need it because the armor really didn't do nothing. She arrived in it beautifully, and she'd have just ripped through
elegantly. Yeah.
So, what did you think about the invisible jet?
I liked the invisible jet. I thought it was great when they were, flying through the fireworks and having everything. I like Diana and Steve Trevor. So every moment that they're on screen together, I like it.
Mhm.
So if you're wondering why I can understand everybody's gripes and complaints, yet still like the movie, it's because of Diana and Steve. I like them being on screen together. I like them experiencing the invisible jet. I like that she got to experience the invisible jet for the first time ever with Steve.
Yeah, and I was
And
wondering how
flying.
they was going to incorporate that in without making it cheesy. I didn't think that was cheesy at all. I thought that was
I
actually.
didn't think it was cheesy. I thought it made sense. Hey, she's a demigod. She can do things that you can't do. So she made the jet invisible. I get it. Stop putting so much thought into it. I
Just
get
like
it. It
her
makes
home
sense.
world, her
Yeah,
home, it's invisible to, it makes sense.
yeah.
But yeah, she arrives. Her and Cheetah have a quick little showdown. Underwhelming, and I believe that's a gripe
That's
with a
the
lot.
biggest problem with the movie.
That's a lot there. So the third
The
act
lack of action.
and the third act in the first movie was phenomenal. The fight between her and Ares was phenomenal. This
Yeah.
third act, we got a little quick scuffle between her and Cheetah, and it was dark, maybe to hide the bad CGI or the CGI they didn't like for Cheetah. It was a fight in the dark. The armor was, the
It
third,
just wasn't that cool.
it wasn't nothing cool about the third act.
No, it just wasn't that cool. And I think, and like I was telling you yesterday, is that this is why none of these directors or producers will ever be what Kevin Feige is at Marvel. Because Kevin Feige has got a pulse on the culture
Mhm.
and the fans. He's a fan himself. He's the ultimate nerd. So he understands what the fans want. He knows that we wanted to see Captain America wield Thor's hammer one time.
Yeah.
So he knew he needed to spend the money and put that in there. We want to see Captain America take Thor's hammer and beat up Thanos for a split second.
Yeah.
And he put it in there for us. He knew that we would want to see Ant-Man turn into Giant Man during the fight at Civil War. He put it in there. He puts those fan service moments in there because he's got a pulse on the culture and on the fan base. And he knows that, yeah, we can tell the story that we want to tell and do it in an innovative and new and fresh way. But we also got to give a fan something they want, because 75% of the people coming to see these movies don't care about plot or character development. They want to see Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, fight the cheetah. That's what they want to see, the casual fan. So you got to find a way to incorporate that in there.
And
Tell
make it
your
cool.
story, but you got to put that in there. And Patty Jenkins didn't really put anything cool in there, and so your movie's getting trashed.
Yeah.
Well, you should have executed it a little bit better. I get it. I like the movie, but you know that wasn't enough action for a 2020 superhero movie.
And it maybe should have been the other way around. What the last villain interaction she had should have been Cheetah and her make quick work of Max Lord,
Yeah.
because they spent a lot of time with her and Max Lord and her putting the lasso of truth around him. He got a broadcast where he got a frequency to everybody across the world to grant wishes. She put the lasso on truth, make the world see the truth. Everybody rescind their wishes to keep it short and sweet. But
First off, everybody wouldn't have rescinded their wishes
no,
in real life.
could you imagine being broke as fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because you come in here with your I'm trying to say rich ass, trying to tell
Yeah.
me to rescind my wish. I've been struggling down here eating noodles,
Yeah.
fucking Vienna sausage, and you want me to rescind my wish? Nah.
Rescinding Nathan.
You
Yeah,
can't
everybody
imagine.
wouldn't have rescinded their wish.
Nah. It's the right thing to do. Kind of like if a Brinks truck driving in front of you, and I don't know, $100,000 drops out the back. The right thing to do is to probably return it, but
Yeah.
that's probably not gonna happen.
Now, did the wishes, when Max rescinded his wish, did that automatically make everybody? Because I didn't see Cheetah rescind her wish,
But see,
but she was turned back into Barbara.
because that's what I think. I think you had to.
Or did everybody have to single-handedly rescind their wish? Which one was it?
I think because did when he rescinded his wish, did it make the stone reappear? Or it's just that
I don't remember seeing the stone reappear.
So I guess that's like basically destroying the dream stone itself. Because if you destroy the dream stone, then all the wishes go back. So that would make that would make perfect sense, in that logic, or whether if you killed him, all the wishes go back. So
yeah.
And
I think that Patty Jenkins is a great director, and I think she's great with Wonder Woman, and I think she done some great things here in Wonder Woman 84. But I do think she has some missteps, and that's probably the lack of action is the main reason. People will come up with all these other corny excuses and nitpicks that they're doing to this movie, but the truth is none of those little corny nitpicks that they're doing are enough to make you dislike the movie. But what can make a casual fan dislike the movie is that lack of action that was in
and
it.
see, that's where she got to realize it's a lot of casual fans that gonna come and watch this movie.
Yeah,
You gotta appease to them as well as the. And that's what, like you said, Kevin Feige do a really good job of appealing to both crowds because he we'll pick it apart, but yet you still need action scenes in there,
yeah,
for everybody, And so
yeah,
unless it's like a dramatic movie like Joker, you know, um, it's Wonder Woman. It's action.
yeah,
She
yeah,
fights. She flies.
yeah,
Apparently, she rides fucking lightning bolts. She do a lot of stuff. So you want
yeah.
to, incorporate all that into making the movie. So they went
You
ahead and
have got to
announced.
put that Joker scene that where he shoots Robert De Niro in the face. You got to put it in there because if you don't put that in there, then a lot of people aren't gonna like the movie. The rest of the movie was good, but you got to put that scene where Joker shoots Robert De Niro in the face. That's the money scene, and she didn't have a money scene. You got to put that in there.
Okay. Um. So overall, if you had to give it a rating, now that you done kind of calmed down, we're not prisoners of the moment anymore. We didn't had a week to sit and marinate with the movie. What rating would you give it out of 5 stars?
Out of five,
Well, actually, you could give it
let's go 10.
10.
Yeah,
That's what I'm. Yeah, 10 out of 10. What rating would you give it out of 10? That's easy to rate.
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
That's about where I'm at with it. A
But
7
at,
out of 10.
at first, when I first watched it, I liked seeing Linda Carter at the end, which I thought was great that they brought her back at the end. And so when I first saw it, right after that moment, I was like 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And now after watching it again and kind of coming down and kind of understanding where a lot of people coming from, I'd go 7 out of 10.
That's where I'm back. That's about
But
where
I
I'm at. Six.
don't think it's lower than that.
Yeah, about a 7 out of 10, 6.5, 7 out of 10. These threes and fours people throwing around, nah, it's
Yeah,
not
they
a
whack for
bad
that.
movie. It's just,
They whack for that.
it's problematic. It got its issues, but it's not a 3 or 4. So I'd give it a 7 out of 10, 6.5, 7 from me.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good movie,
yeah.
And I think people forget that there is an area, a wide area between classic and trash, where it can just be a good movie.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good. Yes, I think the first one is a 10 out of 10, a classic, but I think this one is a good movie.
Yeah. So they went ahead and announced the third movie in this franchise,
Damage Control.
rather quickly the next day, which it did. Numbers wise, we not gonna see the $1 billion, movie that we've been seeing over the years because of the pandemic. But it did do really well considering everything that's going on. And so they went ahead and announced the third one because I guess they seen the return that they want to get. And so in that return, that boy had the boo-boo.
Nah, my phone was beeping. I gotta get my charger.
That boy had the boo-boo. But yeah, in this return of the third one, what message would you have to give to Patty Jenkins if you could send a message to her about what to expect in the third one and how to make it better than it, and not make the same mistake she did in this one?
I mean, Patty Jenkins knows more than I'll ever.
As a fan,
Patty Jenkins has forgotten more than I'll ever learn.
That's true, but as a fan,
I think she's a top 5 director right now. So I don't know if I can give her advice. But what I would say, as a fan, I would say that I would just like to see more action. That's it. I like her storytelling, and I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman mainly because I think she's the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. Secondly, because I think she is Wonder Woman, like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like she is Wonder Woman. I think she plays it great. And I love Patty Jenkins. I love her storytelling. I love her character development. I just think she didn't put enough action in the movie. So I would just say, as a fan, I'd like to see a little bit more action.
What I would like to see, of course, is a little bit more action, but I want to see Diana in more trouble physically. Like when it comes to throwing them paws, I want to see her really, really have to get down and really fight her way out of some shit. You know,
Yeah.
toe to toe with somebody, kind of like the Aries battle. She had to strap up and go. I kind of
Well,
want.
she done had to strap up and go a lot. She had Steppenwolf was putting that work on her.
But that was Justice League.
Doomsday.
I'm talking about for her movie. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah,
Justice.
yeah.
So like just in her movie where she got to strap up and really get down in her own shit. I kind of
Yeah.
want to see more action in that, and I want to see her in danger a little bit more. Other than that, storytelling, you got it, baby. You got it. You got it with the storytelling. You just got to give us a little bit more action, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Wonder Woman, 1984. That's our review for that. Do you want to do Soul or do you want to end it right here?
How long we been on?
About we've been on for I want to say about 40.
You want to just hit Soul on another one? Or?
Yeah, we can hit Soul on another one.
Yeah, we hit Soul on another one.
Okay. If you haven't seen Soul, go see it. It's on Disney Plus. It's a nice little watch, a good little Pixar movie. You should
I
definitely check
loved
it
it.
out.
I thought it was
Jamie
wonderful.
Foxx, Tina Fey, Felicia Rashad. Check it out.
Yeah, I thought it was a wonderful movie. It's got a real good message in it.
Real good message. Okay. As we do every episode, um, you can suggest something that you watching, something that you listening to the people, or just a message. We this. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal. We recording this. I'm gonna actually release this today, so it's New Year's Eve. And so, is it a message that you want to give to the people going into next year? Because I'm pretty sure we'll do a next podcast too. But just give the people something that they can.
Well, right now I'm waiting on Cobra Kai, and I think the new season of Cobra Kai comes out tomorrow on Netflix. Cobra Kai is kind of a continuation from the beloved 80s movies, The Karate Kid, and it's from the perspective of, Johnny, the villain in the first movie. So turning into a good guy, more compassionate guy, which I think is a dope show. The first two seasons were great. So I'm waiting on season 3 that starts tomorrow, I think. And my message for people going into the new year is just watching Soul the way I did. I'm like, hey, be content, live every moment, love every moment, help people, and be content with those moments. Don't be so caught up in trying to find a purpose or a dream and everything that you miss out on life. Because you can miss life looking forward to this and forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate life, appreciate what you got, appreciate the people that's in your life and things like that. So that's what I say.
Oh yeah.
Because who knows, this road that we've been on in 2020, it ain't no guarantee it's about to stop just because the ball drops. So who knows what's gonna happen. Let's just appreciate every moment.
Exactly. What I recommend is Queen's Gambit. I just started
Oh,
that.
I heard it was good. I'm gonna watch it.
It's good so far. So if you hadn't seen that, that's something that I'm kind of sifting through right now because I'm kind of dating shows. After the Mandalorian, I'm kind of lost, like the Pablo Escobar meme. So I'm watching Queen's Gambit right now. And as far as my message, man, peace, love, light. This upcoming year, you never know what could be your last moments. You never know if you're looking at a family member for the last time. So just enjoy your time here. Try to be the best person that you can be, and let's all get this thing rolling in 2021 and be considerate of other people. If they say wear your fucking mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't want to take the vaccine, that's your personal preference. But I believe, eventually we'll get to a point where we can all get back to some kind of normalcy, the new normal.
Yeah.
That's my message.
Yeah.
And peace, love, and light to everybody from Nova Trifecta.
Yep.
Peace out, and we'll see you guys next week. Shout out to Kendall. If you notice, he went here. He had to work. And Kendall didn't watch Wonder Woman either. You know what I'm saying? He got to do his fucking homework. But he'll be back on the next one. So shout out to Kendall. But we'll see you guys next time. Nova Trifecta, baby.